What's going on, everyone, and welcome to this new podcast. We actually don't have a name for this, but my name is John, and I'm here with my co-host.
Don't call me a co-host.
Well, I'm the co-host. I don't know. I mean, I'm here with Mo.
Yo, guys. I don't start off my things like that. I don't say yo.
What do you mean?
That was a little weird. I don't know why I did that.
Well,
Anyways,
'cause-
whatever.
This is new podcast, new you, man.
I wouldn't say new me because I'm still doing me, but this is like something in addition to me. But you know what? Let's start off like this, man. Who are you? Who is John?
Yeah, who is Mo and who is John? So for me, like I said, my name is John. I am currently in California. We're both are. No, I have another YouTube channel called The Real Talk where we talk movies. Me and my co-host there, Audrey, we talk all things movies. So yeah, go check us out there if you guys want to. And what about you, Mo? What do you do?
So by any chance, do you do music? No, because
No.
I come from a totally different world. I do music, and I actually do music for video games. So not only do I do something in like the artist kind of type of field, I guess, but also I don't do anything movie related. I actually really work on video games, though I have done that one movie for you a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I don't know
man.
if you
Let's not talk
honestly,
about that.
low key, man.
I liked what you did, I
Low key though, I had like a day to do it, or I don't know, it was like 2 days, and I was like, I'll do it on the spot. Low key, okay, I guess I could say this and be perfectly on that. I did that on GarageBand on my phone. I didn't even take it to Logic.
No wonder. No,
No, it wasn't. I hope it wasn't that bad, but definitely like it.
And that premiered at that was actually in a film festival.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
My music wasn't.
Yeah, in the
If
Claremont.
you had told me it was gonna be a music festival, dude, I would.
Well, we didn't know. We just did the film.
Yeah, but dude, I would have at least remade the track or something.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't know. We just made the
done a
thing,
much
and
better
we
thing.
submitted it. We didn't think we were gonna get accepted, but we did.
God damn, I feel really bad now.
And it said music by Monish.
That sucks. That was not good. That was not good music. I'm so much better now. I promise, guys. Oh man. But anyways, guys, so this podcast is honestly something we've been talking about for years.
It's been a long time coming.
And you know what? It's just time we do it.
Yeah.
It's just time we do it. We actually even talked about it. Like, I think I just sent John a text. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
We've been pushing this on for...
Dude, this was actually supposed to be
years,
pushed
man.
until next year. Remember? We're like, oh, next year when we have more,
But,
more time and stuff.
You know, this episode is not even gonna get that many views. I'm perfectly honest. Like maybe in the
Probably
future,
not.
if like when this channel grows up a little bit more,
Probably,
people are gonna go back and like, oh, what was their first
Yeah.
podcast like? And then they'll click this video. So for those of you that are like 5 years in the future, if you're listening to this, thank you.
Props to you guys. We do this for you guys
Basically, well, we do it for us too.
and for them.
I hope.
Come on.
But I don't know. Like we've been wanting to do this for a long time because we always, for like the longest time, we're not gonna name our old channels, but we did YouTube for like years.
Yeah.
And we never stayed consistent with it. And it wasn't until recently where we actually stayed consistent with it.
Yeah. You started a little bit like a year, right?
2 years ago
Like
now.
two.
Actually 3 years now at this point from a music channel.
That's what I'm saying. Like you started a little bit before me,
But I won't say that one's consistent because it's music. You know, it's more of a portfolio piece. And it has some hits for sure. But those are mainly from my covers. Some of it is from my original work, which is fine.
Yeah.
But it's mainly like that music channel is mainly like my portfolio piece and also just like my way to connect musically with other people.
Professionally as well.
Professionally, but also musically, like even on a more personal level, to be perfectly honest, it's YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, it's not it's not like my Bandcamp account. That would probably be more personal because I'm asking for money, but YouTube, it's like free ads.
Do you have Bandcamp?
I do have Bandcamp, actually. I'll leave all these links in the description.
Yeah, all our links are going to be in the description down below.
You know, it's going to be our longest. Like, you know, when people leave links for the description, it's going to be really long. Because I have links in my description.
Yeah.
And you have links in yours, but this one's going to be extra long.
Social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah. But, you know, so we do movies and music and video games. We're kind of all around. And we never really get to talk about the other stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't get to talk about music as much.
Music or games. Yeah, because like
if you talk about music, it has to pertain to the movie you're watching.
Yeah, like scores and stuff like that.
Exactly. So, and then in my case, I do video game stuff, and recently have been experimenting with like just not video game stuff, just music, but it's still music. I can't really, and I did make a separate channel, which I'll also leave below, which is just a vlog channel where I could talk about whatever I want.
Which I'm a big fan of.
Thanks. Not many views at all, actually. It's just starting out, but I'm actually really happy with it just because it's one of those nice outlets for me. And while it's not going to be probably like the most consistent thing either, it's like a really great thing for me to just put my thoughts and
to be creative, right? To edit and all that stuff, yeah.
But the thing is, and the main reason why I started doing this is because I can talk about all the shit I want, like by myself.
Yeah.
But anytime we have a conversation,
yeah,
it goes into some fucking crazy ass places.
No, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's one of the biggest thing why we want to do this, because we always go back and forth. We always, send each other shit, and we have like great conversations, and we're always like, "Fuck, man, this would have been a great podcast," So that's why I think that's why we're doing this, because we always want to do something together as well.
Yeah.
Creatively. But yeah, to talk about a little bit more about my channel, it's basically just movies. I do movie reviews, and I also have a little segment where I interview other YouTubers in my same community about how they got started and stuff like that. We have the podcast going on, and that was a long time coming as well. And a little movie called La La Land kind of pushed me over the edge to do it. I always like to mention that. Go watch that movie if you guys haven't.
I still have not seen that movie, but it's because you keep telling me not to.
Yeah, I don't. I say watch it alone. Well, because it's like personal shit, but I don't know. I think if you watch it, whenever, I think it'll be fine too. Dude. To be perfectly honest. But I think that's all I have to say about my channel. I mean, it's just movies. But that's the thing that we kind of want to stress, that with this channel, we're gonna not be limited. Like I could only talk about movies. It'll be weird if I just talk about, hey guys, I got this new iPhone Max.
And speaking of iPhone Max, I'm gonna get on this really quick. Yeah. Just because honestly, like we have a list here, but I don't want to go in any particular order.
Yeah.
How are you liking that thing?
It's nice, to be honest.
Okay.
It is taking something like it takes some time to get used to it, obviously, because it doesn't have a home button anymore. And we're talking about so little history. I went from not like a big fucking revolutionary jump or anything like that, but I went from the iPhone 8 Plus to the iPhone 10s Max, which I think is a horrible name.
Title.
Yeah, it's a fucking horrible name, but. So it's the first time me experimenting with the X model of the iPhone. So I gotta get used to using the side button for Siri and all that stuff, and like all this stuff. But overall, I like the screen quality. It's a OLED screen, so it's nice. The camera's pretty cool. The sound on it is legit. Like I play like pretty cool. Like it gets loud. I like that. Yeah, I like it so far. I got used to it. The swiping up for home. I still find myself sometimes searching for the home button, but and then sometimes when I'm laying down, it doesn't really read my face sometimes. But I think it's like weird.
Like today.
Yeah. Well, that's because you kept messing with the password. It kept reading your face, so it's like it kind of like went to like protective mode or something. But
so it's like the same thing if someone kept putting in the fingerprint.
Yeah, like it'll like lock. But yeah, overall, I mean, I like it. There are some negatives, obviously like the notch. I still can't really get over, but
what's funny is I always make fun of the iPhone, like the plus ones and the notch and stuff. To be honest, if I had the financial means, I would probably upgrade. But I don't know, like it's just I know they have those like monthly plans that you can probably upgrade from anyways.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I don't know. Like I think I'm just really happy with like the square design. I'm really happy with the iPhone 8. I feel like it's like one of those things that it's like kind of like the last of its kind. Yeah. It's the last iPhone without the notch. Last iPhone that's probably gonna have the fingerprint sensor. And I honestly am really happy with it. And it's funny because I said with the Apple Watch, like I always secretly wanted a new. So when I got this one, I honestly was like, cool. Like I didn't complain.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I'm happy with this new watch too. Like the bigger screen's great. Way faster than the Series 2, I will say. Like I don't know. Earlier today, I think I was in the car with you, and we were just getting coffee, and we were talking about what we are gonna talk about and stuff. And I even mentioned like, oh, like I just said, Siri, take me here or whatever. Hopefully it doesn't do it. But anyways, I was worried. But I said, and it
sure
just
enough,
I never had to say, "Hey Siri." Or, I got scared.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I activated anyone's iPhones because I just realized what I'm doing. But yeah, I don't have to say "Hey Siri." There's like little conveniences here and there that I like. And you know what? An Apple Watch is really expensive, and it's honestly not something.
And it's not just any Apple Watch. It's a stainless steel model. Son of a bitch. But I can say that too in my case because it's not just the iPhone 10X Max. It's a 512 gigabyte one.
What?
Yeah.
So it's a $1,500 one?
$1,500.
Motherfucker.
I told you, dude. That's why I said like I have like
hell?
I literally have everything on here, and I still have like 200 and something gigabytes available.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So I'm not. I can't say anything like, oh, it's a stainless steel.
God. Yeah. But you know what though?
Question: is this stainless steel?
Yeah, the band is stainless steel on the iPhone. That they changed that because now the iPhone 10R is like aluminum. Same thing with 8s. So they were aluminum. The 10s were stainless steel. So I guess the premium ones are gonna have, which is cool.
Yeah,
I
it
like
does, that. It does feel nice.
And if you have money, if you have the money to just be like, I'm gonna get the stainless steel Apple Watch, and dude, I was telling you not to get the phone, and initially I was mad at you.
Yeah.
Because you said, "Oh, it's okay because I have the extra car payment." Then you got a new car.
Yeah.
And then you had that car payment.
I'm literally in the. Anyways.
But
I do like Face ID. Face ID is pretty cool.
But here's the thing, though. I always told you as long as you pay off that credit card debt, because we both come in a situation where, like, right now I'm trying to pay off my student loans.
Yeah.
You're paying off your credit card debt that you had, and then just everything else is like car debt and then iPhone bill. I don't think you're in debt for anything else, right? Yeah. So other people are like $100 in debt. We actually saw. I don't know if you YouTubers or YouTubers. I should say anyone who's watching this, you can be a YouTuber probably, but anyone who's watching this, if you know anyone called Matthew Diavella, we actually saw a video from him earlier. He mentioned something about you know the funny thing about these podcasts? Totally forgot where I was going with this. Oh man, what was I talking about?
You were talking about that YouTuber guy
Before that.
and in the debt and all that stuff.
Okay, yeah. So he was in $100,000 of debt, and he paid that shit off in 4 months by just
4 years.
4 years, my bad.
4 months. Jesus.
My bad.
What the fuck did he do?
I gotta do it.
He sold his fucking bone
marrow. Oh, dude, or plasma.
Plasma. How much can you get for plasma? I'll probably do that shit.
I swear.
Dude, there was there was this thing like that you got like literally $35,000 if you sold one of your testicles.
That's not enough.
But
that's not enough for a testicle.
I mean, you only need one, right? And they can freeze your sperm. So
technically, you don't need any if you don't want to have kids. Because I think you talked about how at the moment you don't think about having kids.
Then that would be like $70,000 I could have gotten.
Yeah, but bro, like, there's better ways to get $70,000.
Like, well, yeah,
selling your nuts.
Selling your nuts. But anyways,
dude, you can. It's better for you to get to 70,000 from donating sperm, even though like you get way less. At least in my opinion. That's
a lot of masturbation.
Yeah, dude, that's a lot, man. That's so much masturbation, guys. If you hear that, that's my cat. Anyways, but that's so much masturbation to a point where, like, you're gonna need something else to get you off, dude. Yeah. Like, you're gonna get so desensitized. Like, girls don't do it anymore. Like, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be like, you know what? I want to try dolls. I don't know. I don't know, dude.
But anyways, back to the whole debt thing.
Okay, yeah, we don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So I don't know. It was so hard when you're trying to pay off your debt with your first job too, because with your first job, you're not making that much. And for some reason, that's the time where most people get into a lot of debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's where I...
That's how we fucked up too. It's because I think we got into a lot of debt when we didn't have really good jobs.
No, that's the thing too. Like we can also like just also talk about debt and financial advice and stuff like that because...
Oh, I've learned so much. I think I did a video on my channel, just like some financial mistakes I made in my life.
Yeah.
Where if you guys don't know, I did have like $7,000 credit card debt, but I paid it off. And that was such a relief. I will never get into that kind of debt. I'm only 22, but there are people in their 30s, like mid 30s, that are stuck with like 30,000, 40,000 credit card. Like if you guys watch anyone, specifically maybe Dave Ramsey or something, he's probably the most popular. I don't agree with everything he says at all, but he does help a lot.
Is that one guy that you showed me a video?
The old dude, yeah.
Okay.
He's old. He's very Christian. I'm not religious really at that.
What are you trying to say about Christians?
Huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
Homie. The hell? Let's not get down that
I know.
hole.
I'm just kidding. People will find out my sense of humor real quick.
I know. No, but so that, he always talks about spend less than what you make. And that's something we definitely did not do.
Yeah, and also I feel like one of the things I like I told you, I want to start uploading to my old channel just randomly, just anything that was on my mind. Also, I wanted to make a video called like, what to do when you get your first job, like straight out of college, or high school.
That's a fucking cool
idea.
And
because I mean I had my parents' advice, but sometimes you're young and ignorant. So
and sometimes I'll say this: your parents' advice is not even good advice.
Yeah, because I mean, my parents come from different backgrounds. They're coming from a different country. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they're like their first generation of them in here. So they're probably, okay, cool, I got a fucking minimum wage job. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? But like for us, we're kind of, trying to adjust and everything. So I didn't know a lot of stuff. Like, so I was earning minimum wage full time at Pizza Hut. You know what I'm saying?
Moved up.
And I moved up. I was a delivery driver and I was a shift manager. I got promoted to a shift manager, which is the worst decision of my life. But anyways, so I was just like, okay, cool. Let me get a fucking TV. Let me get a camera. Let me get this. You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't know to kind of like control myself and kind of like you said, spend less than what I earn. You know what I'm saying? Right?
No, that's basically what I said. Because when I had my job at Chick-fil-A, I never had that problem. Yeah. I did have a problem because I was going through a breakup at the time. Yeah. It was after high school. I told you about it. I'm not going to name names on this, obviously. That's just to keep people's privacy. Yeah. And then it's funny how things turned out from that, but... We're not gonna get that personal here.
That's into another episode.
Yeah, maybe in the future, if I'm open to talking about it. But yeah, So I was going through a breakup, and I was doing this like emotional debt thing, where I was just emotionally buying shit because I was just like I wanted to make myself feel good.
When people eat junk food when they're sad,
and that's how I got fucked up into credit card debt. And also I also had a savings, and I never wanted to spend it. So I was like, I'll just pay off the minimum on my credit card and keep my savings. I had like 1,500 saved. Yeah. And then my credit card debt got to a point where it was like 3,000 or something like that. And I don't know. It was kind of a wake up call after that point because there was something about getting into that much credit card debt that actually taught me the value of money. So I don't think that was necessarily like the worst decision of my life because it wasn't that much compared to other people. Like 6,000 is a lot. It's definitely a lot for someone that's like 18, 19. Yeah. But it's
definitely doable and manageable.
No, but it's better than 30,000.
Yeah, it sounds better than that.
Yeah, and that's the trap that a lot of people in America go into nowadays. It's like they get in so much debt, dude. Yeah. I don't know. Like I know we're telling this to each other and we're still in debt.
Yeah. No.
But
I'm
it's
just
saying.
Not.
It's not as bad as other people, at least we're at a point where we're still young guys. You know. Yeah. I'm only 22.
Well, speak for yourself. Let me be 26 this year.
Whatever. That's not old.
No,
at
I'm just
all.
kidding. I'm kidding. But I definitely understand where you're coming from, and we kind of just wanted to touch that a little bit. But going back to like I said with Pizza Hut.
How'd you move up at Pizza Hut? I never got to hear that story. Actually, I just know that you worked there, and for some reason they moved you up. Not saying that you didn't have the worth ethic. Yeah. But I just don't know how it happened.
So tips here for anybody who wants to move up in their work. Buy some knee pads because you're definitely going to use those. Not just kidding. No.
Hey, give me a second. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna You keep
I'll,
talking about
I'll vamp here. So what happened here is that I got a job at Pizza Hut. It was my first like stable job. I had like a job at and I went to Hawaii for a bit, and I had like another job, but this was like my first full time, like a few years job. So I started as a delivery driver, which is funny because my dad was a delivery driver at Pizza Hut for a while, and then my brother actually worked in Pizza Hut as well. So it's kind of like it was like a family tradition type of thing where everybody works at Pizza Hut. So I don't know. It sounded like a cool job because I was using my mom's car. I was paying it off with her. Like she had bought it, and I wanted to buy it off her. I didn't have all the money, but I was like, hey mom, I'll give you a certain amount of money every month. So I had that car. So I was like, all right, cool. I might as well do a job where I use that car, because you do get paid hourly and plus you get some tips. So I thought it was pretty cool, and it's a solid gig too. I'm pretty sure you can talk about this a little bit later because you still have a delivering job as well.
It's a part-time thing though.
But I mean, yeah, it's still delivering. So
And they're not gonna see this, but I don't plan to stay there like for like that much longer. It's honestly there just because.
They're not gonna see this.
Yeah, no, it's. Anyways, it's like a small business. Like
Yeah.
they don't expect me to stay there for the rest of my life. Like the hell.
Yeah.
The reason why I've stayed with them though is because I don't know. I've been there for like 3 years now, which is weird. And it's only 2 days a week. It's like at nights. It's my second job, I call it, because my first job, I'm not gonna name where it is again, just for
Yeah.
in case,
No.
anyways. But it's a good job.
Yeah.
Well, it's a better job. Not obviously not like the main career path I'm gonna be in my 40s. Hopefully,
It's definitely a good.
it's a
job
good
for right now.
Actually, it's a good job for right now. Actually, I could see myself there for like maybe 5.
And you can have
5
it
to
as a
10 years.
career, but
Yeah.
you don't want.
I
it
still
as your
want
career.
actually for this. I'll just say this. It's like in a financial setting, and I love learning about financial stuff ever since I got into debt and getting myself out and learning about investments and stuff. So anytime I can to learn more about money, because the thing is, when I was younger, my parents always said, well, not my parents, my dad specifically always said that, oh, never worry about money. Money comes and goes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you hear that and you're like, oh, you know what? You're right. Life's not all about money. But then you grow up and you realize, you know what though? Life isn't about money, but money provides like this nice security.
Yeah, definitely.
It provides this really, really, really nice security that you, even though it shouldn't be the most important thing in your life, you should always focus on really think about your goals and what you want to do in life first and what's going to fulfill you. Even if financial stuff, like helping people financially, if that's what you want to do, like you find so much fulfillment in that. And I could see that because I do find some fulfillment in that.
Yeah.
The most fulfilling thing for me was obviously music. And I don't think I've been feeling that way since 15 years old. I'm like 22, so 7 years now, which is not as long. It's not like I've been doing this for a decade, but
Yeah.
That's 15 years old was when I really started like, oh, I want to do music as a career, and I still feel that way. Things haven't changed, but I'm only 22, and I don't think it's ever going to change for like the rest of my life. However, if it were to change, I don't want to put something like set in stone. I think financial stuff would probably be like the next thing. So that's why it's like a good job to have for me, because it's like another thing I'm interested in.
Hey, but real quick, what was your first job? Like mine was Pizza Hut.
You don't laugh, dude. Oh no, wait, like you just want me to say it on the
Yeah,
podcast.
I want people to know your first job since they know mine.
Okay,
already.
so it's for a company that tastes great. I mean, not the company, but their product tastes great. And we actually eat it quite a bit, funny enough.
Yeah.
But in terms of how they treat their employees, not a fan. I will say that I worked at Chick-fil-A and it sucked, man. That was my first job.
Yeah.
And the reason why I took that job is because I was so eager to move out of my parents' house.
Yeah.
Because my dad was getting remarried and he was moving. I did not want to move that side because at the time, again, I had a girlfriend that I just wanted to stay with.
Yeah.
And also, funny enough, another reason is just because I didn't want to move in with my mom because we never got along. When I was younger, we get along really great now, but when I was younger, for some reason, me and my mom we just never got along. And it was just like me, my mom, my stepdad, and my brother always arguing in that house, and it was just some kind of
toxic and it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
it wasn't like that's the one thing. I don't want to get too far into this, but it's one thing I do uh, envy about like your side of the family is that they're all kind of still together. You know,
Yeah.
where like my dad is there, my mom is there, like I'm kind of living on my own, so it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna. It's cool. But it's one thing I do envy. Like that's why I like visiting your mom. She's really nice to me.
Yeah.
And she's always caring, and she's like even with you like she'll like nag you and stuff. But I know it's because she cares about you.
Yeah.
She's never just like John like get down here and take out the trash. I don't want to. Like she's not like
No,
that.
yeah.
But anyways, getting back on topic. So that was the main reason why I kept that job at Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And I was making what $8 an hour.
I know the fucking minimum back then.
Oh man, I was making $8 an hour
Can you
and
imagine now?
living on my own with my friend ever.
Yeah.
Like believe it or not, my friend, good friend ever. I might send this podcast to him just so he can listen through. I think he'll have a good time with it. But
Yeah.
we lived together, and it was really, it's an experience I'll never forget because, he was a pretty good roommate. Like compared to some of the horror stories I've heard, him being a roommate was pretty great because he was very motivated with what he wanted to do, and it helped motivate me. And at that time, at some point again, I got through a breakup and all this stuff, and I don't know, it was just kind of like to have him there like as a motivating factor to keep doing what I'm doing. Like it was one of the things that motivated me to do, like, you know what, fuck it, like if this is what it's going to be, I don't want to live like this forever. I want to do what I love. So that's what started me to make my first YouTube channel, believe it or not, where I just did covers for a little bit. And I was really into playing the ocarina at the time.
Yeah.
But the thing that always held me back was work at Chick-fil-A, because they would always call me at the most inconvenient times.
Yeah, I get you.
To come in. Because even though I wasn't like a shift or anything, and I didn't ever want to be a shift, especially at a place like that, I still was like one of their like nicest workers that I guess that they liked. So they kept me around and they gave me hours and stuff, and they understood that I lived alone. But at some point, I guess the business there wasn't doing so well, so everyone's hours got cut, mine included. But you know, at that age, I was paying rent on my own. I wasn't paying that much. I think I was only paying like $4.50 a month.
Yeah.
But making $8 an hour and only getting like 25 hours a week and trying to go to school full time, like, dude. And then you got bills and food that you're paying for yourself.
Yeah.
That was rough. I think I made like $900 a month.
Jesus.
$900 a month, right? $450. That's half of my monthly income to rent. And then I had to pay gas because I just got my first car, which was a very shitty 1990 Toyota Celica.
Hey, it's not that shitty.
It broke down on you like 2 weeks ago.
Now, all that work that it's gotten, you know, it was more.
It got me here and there. It got me to my first job and back. And what was the last? Not last job, but it was the last thing. Where was I going with that, dude?
We're just talking about your last year.
As you guys will find out, is that I'll forget what I'm talking about. I'll just ramble on to a point where I just don't know what I'm saying.
No, but I think you did a good decision in not being a shift, because my experience.
Well, to be honest, they never asked me to be a shift.
Well, because my experience.
I feel like if I tried, I could have become a shift.
Yeah.
Like if I tried, but at some point I just didn't give a shit because I realized that wasn't what I wanted to do. That wasn't what was gonna make me happy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
no one wants to be a cashier at Chick-fil-A, and
you never know.
There's a couple people that are I actually go there sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'll still see the same.
There. Yeah, there's one of those.
That's the weirdest thing, dude. When you go to your first job and you see how many other jobs you've had and how far you've come, and you go back to that first job, maybe like obviously most people that work minimum wage jobs either work retail or food, right?
Yeah.
So you go back to that first job, and you look back and you're like, and you still see the same people there, and it's like, dude, it's been like 5 years, bro. Like,
yeah.
You're like 25.
No, I know. There's this one guy
you're making like minimum wage still. Like you haven't even tried. Like it's a little weird. Not gonna lie.
No, dude. There's this one older guy was like when I first started at Pizza Hut, he was there, and he's still there to this day. And I started like at the end of 2012, and 2018. And he's old already. So what are you doing? like at least I moved up in like, you know, the first year and a half, you know.
Even there was like a point where I don't know if you mind if I talk about. If not, I'll cut it out.
Yeah.
The time you got fired.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
No, I don't. Yeah, you can talk about it.
Okay. So even when you got fired,
Yeah.
you still didn't go back to like a super minimum wage job.
Yeah.
You still looked for something that you already had experience in, and it does take a little while, but it's definitely worth it. I was kind of in a rut similar. I was like a barista at a coffee bean.
Yeah.
Not a bad job. The environment was a little bit toxic. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was kind of lied to because I wanted to join that job as a shift lead.
Yeah.
Instead, she did hire two people who I will admit they've been there for a while and they do their job great. I have no problem with them moving up, but she kept leading me on at some point.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know
Hey,
what?
it sounds like something similar to me.
Yeah. It's like shit or get off the pot, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and at some point I was like, okay, so real talk, what am I doing wrong? I just
Yeah.
straight up told her. And she said, we have too many shifts now, actually now. And she did.
Yeah.
Like I actually had the what was her name? I don't want to, actually, I'm not going to say her name.
Oh.
It was a regional manager.
Yeah.
So she's in charge of all the other little shops. She came up and she told her, like, you have too many shifts. And she was cutting hours like crazy. And at some point I was like, you know what? I've been denying this financial opportunity. Like, it's a financial job, that opportunity for a long time now. Because I was kind of scared of getting too deep into it.
Yeah.
And then after I got hired, I actually really liked it. I regret not getting in there sooner, actually. But I'm glad the way things turned out because I really do like the job. But yeah, I don't know. Like at some point, it was just I had to leave, and the same thing happened with Chick-fil-A. I got a better opportunity leaving that first job.
Yeah.
That was
Sometimes you have to get those jobs and like stay there a while. You know what I'm saying? Until you get another.
Yeah,
thing,
you
know what I'm
have,
saying?
you have
Like,
to also kind of. I hope most people are the type of people that are like, you know what, like this is not for me. I'm not gonna do this
because that's
forever.
what I was doing when I got.
It's really easy to get stuck there.
When I got fired, that's what I was doing. I was doing like a little bit, like I went through like 2 or 3 jobs until I found like this one that I've been now
Right.
for a couple months.
You had those jobs that hold you over, though, right?
Yeah,
You
so just
obviously
hold
were
me
still
over.
looking, so
Yeah, I
it
was
wasn't
still
like you.
looking.
You wasn't like you just had those jobs and you're like, oh, this is my job now.
Like fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
you stayed there and then you're like, all right, I have this until I get the next opportunity, and that's what that guy at Trader Joe's did too. He was just there until he got his next acting gig.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important for because
That's the thing too. Like actors, like in acting, that's a pretty tough gig to always have like consistent job like work. If you're able to have that, then it's good. Like I've heard of numerous of podcasts of actors, you know, and they're always blessed when they have like something like a TV show or something. Like, oh fuck, like finally, you know,
because that's
It's
consistent
hard.
work for a while.
There's a lot of people trying to be actors, and you know.
I actually think
So-
maybe even though TV stars don't get paid as much, I feel like that's more of a consistent job to have.
Yeah.
Like it's more of a better job, I guess, in terms of consistency because you know there's a paycheck coming.
Yeah.
Or like a movie, you see some people that do movies and then they don't act for like years. Remember
Yeah.
Courtney Cox?
Yeah.
Like when she did Friends, then she did some movie stuff,
She was in Scream, and then she was like
Yeah.
in The Longest Yard.
a couple movies, and then she just didn't
Yeah.
act for years.
And that's
And
it.
then like recently, she's in Shameless, I think.
Yeah, she had a show. She had a show.
Yeah, but like, you know, it's so weird when you. I love Friends, by the way, but like, and I actually really like Courtney Cox. I've seen interviews with her. She's such a genuinely nice person.
Yeah.
She's so sweet. And you know what? I will say this: she still looks good to this day.
Yeah.
She admitted she's had some plastic surgery stuff, and she admitted that it was because she was aging a little bit,
Yeah.
and she was just kind of scared of aging because as an actor, it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
for,
that's
especially for
your-
women, for guys for some reason like, and actually for the most part, guys in the movie business they age kind of like fine wine.
Yeah.
Most of the time, not all the time, obviously, but like because then they have other roles that they can have.
Yeah,
So
like
then
the more serious wise or
like,
what, I don't know.
yeah, like look at Jeremy Irons. That's a great example.
Oh, yeah.
Like now he's like that white. Now he's Alfred, and he was, you know what I mean? Like before he was like what Scar, and like he
Like
had
the
other few
villains,
roles. He was
yeah.
villains, but he was still like that young villain, like the main villain or whatever. Now he's
Yeah.
like the mentor, like or whatever. So like guys, and I think women have that. I would like to see more women in that role.
Now it's just Meryl Streep.
Yeah, now it's just Meryl
Everything.
Streep, man. I don't know, man. Even okay, so this is a great thing to talk about. But one thing I did like about Wonder Woman
Yeah.
was that they had a lot of older female like mentors, like like what's her mom's name? Aphrodite? Oh, I don't think so. I don't want to say that.
Aphrodite, goddamn, no.
No, but it was Apollo or some shit. No, that was the woman that got killed. Anyway, but there was like the older mentor that was a woman that I really liked.
Yeah.
And I'm let's see how Wonder Woman 2
Connie
turns out,
Nielsen,
man.
I know is the actress,
Yeah.
but
I hope Wonder Woman 2 is good, dude.
I think it is.
I think it's gonna be good.
Out of the DC universe,
But I don't want to bank on it, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I think it's gonna be really good.
I think
but I'm
DC
not gonna.
is banking on it though.
Yeah.
Because the popularity, because how well Wonder Woman did with critics and fans and at the box office, I think it's safe to say, especially because Patty Jenkins is coming back. It's safe to say that Wonder Woman 1989 is it's like the for sure safe movie.
I will say this too. I think for some reason WB views Wonder Woman as way more important than Batman or Superman right now.
Because it's making more money than them.
Exactly.
Because they don't even have movies.
Here's the thing. I don't know how they got to this place. I don't know how they got to this place, man. But that's the place where they are. They're at a point where Wonder Woman, which actually, it's not a bad thing. It's not that much of a stretch either, because she's still part of the Trinity. You know? She's still like, but it's just, Batman and Superman were always the cash cows.
Yeah.
Always since the 70s.
Yeah.
Since the 70s with the I was gonna say Richard Donner Superman, but that's not. The original Superman. What's his name? Dude, you should do movie trivia. You do that app all the time.
Beats me. Well, because the Richard Donner Superman, it was Christopher Reeve.
That's what I'm talking about. Christopher Reeve Superman. Oh, okay. So I wasn't wrong. I was just
you were the director. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the Richard.
I thought you meant like the first TV one, like the black and white Superman.
No.
Beats me. No, Jesus Christ.
But that's a great example too, though, because that character, a lot of people know him from that Superman too.
Yeah.
Like those characters have been around for so long. Wonder Woman had that TV show that was kind of campy, but apparently it's still really good for it. Yeah.
Damn, what's the actor's name?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
if you guys could see what I'm doing, but anyways, man.
And then Batman 2 with his shows, Adam West, and then slowly the Tim
Michael
Burton
Keaton
ones.
and they've all had their evolution, but no matter what evolution they've had, they were the biggest things, Batman and Superman.
Yeah.
And now I'm not saying Wonder Woman shouldn't be a part of that pantheon. I'm glad she's there.
Yeah.
I'm just upset that Wonder Woman went up. I think I'm more upset at the fact that Batman and Superman went down. Like they're just like
in order for her to go up, they should.
No, I don't think that they went down in order for her to go up. I feel like if Batman v Superman was like well received, and then Wonder Woman had her own movie, she would have been up with them. You know what I mean? I don't think Batman and Superman fucking up had anything to do with Wonder Woman going up. I think that was just a good thing. Like that was just Patty Jenkins making a good movie, and that's what made her move up. And her appearance in Batman v Superman did help because like a lot of people didn't like the Batman and Superman aspect, so Wonder Woman was like the cool part.
Yeah. So
that's what everyone was like, oh, Batman kills people and Superman's all sad all the time, but Wonder Woman's really cool. Like everyone says that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so I guess I guess I see what you're saying now. But at the same time, I don't completely agree with that. I do think that that was just Patty Jenkins at the end of the day making a good movie. Not the best movie. I still like Man of Steel more, which I'm very upset that it seems like they have no plans for Man of Steel 2. Henry Cavill does some weird shit on his Instagram. Remember that thing I sent you?
Real cryptic shit.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Anyway.
No, I'm just saying like that real cryptic stuff.
I think I sent you something where he said, oh, I'm here and there's a bird and there's the plane or some
real
shit.
Peaceful and stuff like
really
that.
peaceful. Like he was talking about all this stuff with Superman. I'm like,
come on, bro.
I was looking in the comments. So surprisingly, not a lot of people caught on.
Yeah.
Oh, a couple people that were like, dude, he's talking about birds and planes in the sky. Like,
yeah.
And then peace and like, what the fuck? And his dog Cal over there in the distance. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, he's talking about Superman maybe. Like, it's like and the subject line for the picture was like, oh, like a secret message or some shit like that. But I forgot exactly the title for the caption he used for his Instagram post. But either way, like he's teasing us that there's a Superman coming. But at the same time, I just don't see it. Like, everything else says otherwise. Like,
because WB is weird, man. They don't have like they had that announcement of like 10 movies, and now like we've only got like 5 of those movies, which was Justice League. We're gonna get Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and then Shazam.
Shazam was the one I thought was gonna take longer to come out.
Yeah, me too.
Because they were talking about that and how it's not gonna be connected to DCEU. So, but then we saw the Batarang from Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, and I know it's definitely gonna be connected.
Yeah,
and then
I feel like they maybe were having plans to not have it connected, and then they're like, okay, we're fucking up. We need Shazam. Like,
we need something.
Yeah,
and because for a long time it was rumored that Black Adam was gonna be the first movie, and then Shazam, and everybody was like, what the fuck? Like,
I still feel weird that we're getting a Black Adam movie without him being introduced in the Shazam movie, but
I think The Rock will probably have if he's still cast as Black Adam.
Hopefully, he's like an end credit scene or something.
Yeah, like he'll probably be the end credits to tease the second film. But yeah, I think we wanted to talk about this kind of just. I mean, there's been a lot of updates recently about DC and what's going on over there. And we're kind of just like
they won't make a Superman Man of Steel 2, but they'll make a new Superman
Birds of Prey
WB show, and they'll make Birds of Prey. That's actually being a thing too. That's like an actual thing that they planned. Yeah, they're actually going.
There's already some casting.
I will say this though, Birds of Prey does not seem like a bad idea. I like the idea of having something different.
Yeah.
But I am upset that we're having that instead of a Man of Steel 2. Like I feel like if they I feel like Birds of Prey would have been a cool thing to have in addition to a Man of Steel.
A little bit later on as well. Yeah. You know, it's not like we're trying to say, oh man, we don't want these movies. It's just that I think we both can agree that we want a little bit more clear direction on where they're heading. Because we've had a conversation like the other day where I was kind of upset about the whole DC thing going on. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna be like the first one in line to see like the new Joker movie. But I was kind of upset, like, man, like, why are we getting this if they're, you know, what are they doing with their DCU universe, you know, or Worlds of DC now, what they're called, you know?
Is that really a thing? Because I just heard things here and there.
Worlds of DC?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the actual name of it now.
I'm shaking my head, everybody. I'm shaking my head because I don't think that's a good title, but whatever. That's
the thing, like, I was telling you that time, like, I don't care if they do standalone movies and a connected universe, but just make that clear, you know? Like, right now they're kind of just like, we don't know what to do. You know, we're getting Shazam, we're getting Aquaman, Wonder Woman, but like Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are out, you know? They don't know what they're going to do with Flash. It's delayed, you know? So, and now, like, we're getting Birds of Prey, we're getting a Suicide Squad sequel, you know, Harley Quinn and Joker movie, which was like, I don't know. Like, if they're going to do standalone movies, do standalone movies. They're going to do a connected universe, do that. Or if you want to do both. But just kind of have a clear direction. And don't be reactionary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
this is what I think is going to happen, and hear me out. I think Aquaman's going to do okay. I think the time they putting Aquaman for release is kind of bad. So it might do, like, not as good as it could. But I do think it's going to do okay. Like, I think it's going to at least meet expectations.
Yeah, financially, I think it'll do well.
I think it'll be all right. I actually don't know because Mary Poppins comes out, and then there's like a bunch of movies coming out that.
I honestly, this is gonna be a hot take, but I actually don't really care about the Mary Poppins movie. I was never a really big fan of Mary Poppins.
I never saw Mary Poppins growing up too.
And I won't do a fucking fake trailer reaction, being all excited for fucking Mary Poppins to return.
I'll be excited if Yondu makes an appearance.
That would be a Mary Poppins movie that I would watch.
Oh man!
But I mean, that's just me. Yeah. Other people grew up with the movie. I'm not saying I'm not taking away anything. I'm just being salty or whatnot.
No, we know. Anyways, but no, I get you with the DC stuff, man. I really do because, you know, growing up, we love DC, man, and that's why we're upset. Yeah. We're a little disappointed because honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The only Marvel character I really grew up with was Spider-Man. Yeah. Only one, and maybe Hulk a little bit, but that was just honestly because of you. Yeah. I didn't grow up loving the Hulk movies. I grew up loving the Sam Raimi. Oh, okay, I said it right. Sam Raimi trilogy. For some reason, I just couldn't say all three of those words, like spread them out. But I was really happy with those movies. Amazing Spider-Man. I saw the first one. Honestly, I was like a little underwhelmed. I like it, but it was not like amazing.
I need to revisit them because a lot of people say a lot of shit about them.
I don't say shit.
Like, there's people, not like shit, but like it's divided. Like, a lot of people like Amazing Spider-Man, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2 they don't like. But there's a lot of people that like Amazing Spider-Man too.
No, I know. I like the first two Amazing Spider-Man movies, to be honest. There's some wonky stuff in them, but I could tell like a lot of it was made with love from the director. I feel like the
Yeah.
only things that you were like, what the fuck, were the
It's just
executive
it's just
decisions.
Sony, man.
Yeah, it's just that.
Again, the fucking studio messing with the creators. They're the reason why Venom was in Spider-Man 3. Because we want to have Venom, more toys.
You know what? There's actually, it's funny too, because I don't know if you know this, but for some reason, the very first time Venom appeared was only because of one other person, and I forgot his name. I'll probably put it like underneath if you guys are listening, and with video I'll put it.
Javier Rod.
Him? That's his
The
name?
producer you're talking about?
I think it's the producer. But he always wants to put Venom in stuff, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think
Like-
it's Javier Rod.
Yeah, that dude. And he's always forcing Venom. Like, he's Venom's biggest fan.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi didn't want to put him, but then he forced him into it.
Yeah, because he was the producer, so it's like the producer's over the director.
Because they're actually paying for the film
Yeah,
to be made.
and
Yeah.
then they work directly with the studio and all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying, that the studio wanted Venom, and you can tell that I think Sam Raimi had a good story, even with Harry Osborn. But I feel like they had to mix it up with Sandman and then add Venom, so it couldn't be like exactly what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
can tell he didn't really that Eddie Brock and Venom wasn't really like taken care of. Like I feel like he just added, okay, fuck it. Wherever it lands, he just rolled the dice and like, okay, you know what I'm saying?
Venom would have been cool for Spider-Man 4. I feel like Spider-Man 3 could have added some symbiotic elements, build up to
Yeah.
Venom. Have Eddie Brock in there for sure.
Yeah,
Whatever.
introduce him.
Have even the black suited Spider-Man, that doesn't bother me. Well, maybe the dancing scene, but you know what? I actually think that's a nice little play on Spider-Man 2's little like raindrops are falling on my head.
Yeah.
He was just kind of doing something similar there. I like that scene. I don't know. Everyone hates it. It's so cheesy and it's really stupid. But like, I don't. For some reason, there's just a little part of me that's like, Sam Raimi is doing his like, this is me. This is my directing style. Just deal with it.
Sam Raimi, he obviously comes from horror because Evil Dead, but Evil Dead's always had some comedic elements. So I think he was kind of like what,
Exactly. But yeah, definitely he did not want Venom there at all.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell. Like black suited Spider-Man would have been cool, and if he just had black suited Spider-Man doing some fucked up shit, and then he kills quote unquote Sandman or whatever. And then maybe he had that shit with Harry, and then him and Harry team up to fight Sandman at the end. That would have been fine. I actually think that's like pushing the amount of villains you can have. But the twist with Harry becoming a good guy to fight Sandman, I think would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think, because I did enjoy that aspect of the movie with Peter and Harry making up after all those years.
Teaming up.
Yeah, that was very...
It kind of brings it full circle.
I like that. I did like that.
And Venom should have been an end credit scene. Boom, you have the Venom and possibly Carnage.
I don't even think Venom should have been an end credit. Oh well, you know what? It would have been cool if maybe we saw Spider-Man take off. There was no end credits scene back in the day. I don't know if you remember that. Like there was no like, oh, you wait for the credits after Spider-Man 2,
yeah.
and then Spider-Man 3 is teased. There wasn't any.
Well, there was end credit scenes, but they weren't as popular as they are now. Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off had an end credit scene. That was like Deadpool.
What do you think is the best end credit scene of all time?
Oh man, I think it has to be from Iron Man when Nick Fury shows up, because it just got me so hyped.
Really?
It teased everything to come.
Huh?
Like you're not the only superhero out there, Tony. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like fuck, like it's the first MCU movie and stuff.
That one's really cool. I can see why that one's your favorite.
Off the top of my head, I would have to watch them all back to back, to kind of say, okay, man, this is a great end credit scene. The one in Deadpool 2 was pretty cool.
There you go. I was trying to think about the name. This is gonna sound really weird.
Yeah.
I think one of my it's not my favorite end credit scene, but one of my favorite end credit scenes of all time is from The Disaster Artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. In terms of superhero movies, you know what though? I will say this. One thing DC did really well was that Flash Superman race thing, dude.
Yeah, that was dope.
That touched my heart.
Yeah.
That just touched my heart.
It's like a comic book moment.
For comic book fans, cool. For other viewers, funny. Whatever.
Yeah.
I thought it was really awesome end credit scene. It didn't tease anything. It was just a nice, simple, this is Superman, this is Flash, this is the Justice League.
They're going to see who's faster.
Yeah, man. And then that could have been a nice build up, like maybe in
That's the
many,
thing
so
that
much
look
missed
these
potential with these
like you
DC
were we were
movies.
saying earlier, and going back to the whole DC thing, we grew up mainly being DC. You know, we had the Batman anime series, the Superman one, and then eventually Justice League. We had the Tim Burton Batmans, the other ones, and then eventually Dark Knight series. Um, and then yeah, like Marvel wasn't really like I really liked X Men and Spider Man and Hulk, but then that's when the movie started. So, but anyways, so we really love these characters. We really want these characters to be treated well. You know what I'm saying? And like me, I was never really a Superman fan until Man of Steel, so that's why I really adore that movie. You know?
I could say the same thing. Well, I mean, I like Superman from the animated series,
Yeah.
but I wasn't like, oh my god.
Yeah, I wasn't over like the moon about him, and now like I would consider him to be like, damn, like I like really like Superman, his character, you know.
I think he's definitely in my top 5 now
Yeah.
after Man of Steel. I will say that, and a lot of people are not going to agree with me because they think, oh, that doesn't represent my Superman.
Yeah.
What they don't understand is that that was a Superman trying to figure himself out, and everyone's like, yeah, but that's not the Superman I like, and that's not, I don't like the Superman that's trying to figure himself out. But it's like at the end of the day, dude, like,
Especially like a lot of people. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from these people that grew up and loved the Christopher Reeve one. Like that's their Superman.
yeah.
But again, like I mean, I didn't grow up with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't. That's like Henry Cavill. Like
But here's the thing: I still grew up with the animated series Superman. And I like that Superman, but
Yeah.
every time I go to a movie, I'm willing to take a different take. Which is why I like Spider-Man: Homecoming, because I like some of the different
I
aspects.
thought you were gonna say
with it.
Superman Returns.
No, Spider-Man. That one, that's not as bad as everyone says. It's all right.
Yeah,
It's a
I
little
recently
boring,
saw
but-
like last 2 years, and I was like, you know what? It's a good movie.
Yeah, it's not
Filmmaking, everything is it's fine, but it's just like superhero movie.
It's kind of boring,
Yeah,
a little thin. But I actually like Spider-Man: Homecoming. A lot of people don't. A lot of people love it. To say it's like the best version of Spider-Man. I wouldn't say that, but I do like it. I like the little things with like I love that the Ned character. I love that that girl is
MJ.
like MJ. Like her. I like that. I don't know. I think it's a nice little like let's work around this. Like I think that's really cool.
yeah. I feel like they didn't want to do the again the Mary Jane thing. You know?
Yeah.
Too soon from Gwen Stacy as well.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I like those little aspects of those. I
Yeah.
like that he was into another girl, and then that just didn't work
Yeah.
out because
Liz, I think.
spoiler alert, her dad was the Vulture.
Yeah.
That was cool. I love those little things. Though that was some honestly. Thinking back about it, because when I first saw Spider-Man Homecoming, I was kind of like mad about it. Looking back on those things, I'm like, you know what? I can appreciate the chances and the changes they took to the Spider-Man character, but they still kept it Spider-Man. But the thing that fucks it all up, not all of it, but the thing that really fucks it up, and that movie could have been like an 8.5 for me and brought it down to like a 7, was that Tony Stark was just shoved his fucking face in the movie.
Yeah.
I love Robert Downey Jr. and I really love the Iron Man character. I actually like him maybe a little bit more than Captain
How
America.
dare you?
I like him.
How dare you? No, just kidding.
I love that character. Because he is flawed. Because he's selfish.
Yeah.
But he still does the right thing. He still has a good heart. I love those kind of characters. I don't know why. That's why Captain America, I like him, but he's a little bit bland to me. Because he's always going to do the good shit. Like, he's always going to... He's gonna make maybe some mistakes, but he's never gonna be like a.
Well,
What did he do in the movies?
Civil War. He was kind of going too far for his friend, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's true, but he also had the mindset that it wasn't under his friend's will. I'm pretty
at
sure.
the same time, too, like he was kind of trying to protect the one last connection he had to his life.
It was a little selfish.
Because Peggy died. Spoiler. But it was you can see what I'm saying. It was selfish, but at the end of the day.
But it wasn't like completely selfish.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
it wasn't
sure
like-
if Bucky was just like a pure killer, like it wasn't him being mind controlled. He's like, this is who I am now. Like
yeah, like,
he would have caved. He would have been like, all right,
Yeah.
well, I can't have
he
that.
probably would have been the one to kill him.
That's
or
what I'm
whatever.
saying. So I feel like he was trying to justify things. Where
Yeah.
Tony Stark, he admits, I'm fucking selfish, and that's why I like him. He has
Oh,
his
yeah.
flaws, and that's why I like the Tony Stark character. Coming back to Spider-Man, I do not think he should have been in that
Yeah.
movie, and I do think it's a mistake for. I don't mind Spider-Man having a high tech suit. I just think it's a mistake.
See, that's where I didn't like
to
it.
give it. I don't mind it if you're gonna give that as the excuse of why he can move his eyes the way he does, because I love that part of that Spider-Man.
That's what I really like about the suit.
But I wish that it was just Peter made it himself or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like the whole fact that like that he made the suit is missing, but just like fuck, like I feel like Peter is so smart that he doesn't need Karen or whatever the fuck her name was to tell him to do certain things, you know, to kind of guide him.
Karen?
Yeah, the suit's name.
Oh, right.
Like the suit's AI or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it should be him, you know, going on his own instincts and his own smarts. And I feel like that suit kind of, you know, I don't know, it was kind of like babying him, you know, but I don't know.
Very much so. I am a little bit interested to see if Sony takes him back. I'm interested.
I think that's what they're gonna do, man.
Maybe, and if or when they do,
because Far From Home is the last movie for him.
Yeah, I know.
And I think that's why they kept. Obviously, there's rumors. That's why they kept Venom PG-13. So there's gonna be Venom, Morbius, and then finally in Craven, he's gonna come. Tom Holland's gonna come back to the Sony universe, and everything's gonna connect somehow. Like I don't know. It's another fucking huge mess.
Oh man.
We went from like DC to Marvel and some other little gripe.
That's the best. That's why I like these podcasts.
No, yeah, I know. We could like go on the tantrum on some things.
Is Sony doing A Quiet Place by any chance?
Possibly. I have no idea. I should know this.
I know. Did they do A Quiet Place? I want to hear something really quick. This is because I do want to transition a little bit.
I have a hot take on this too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
First of all, I know they announced A Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
I do think that movie should have been alone. I don't like that they're making a sequel. John Krasinski is writing it, so I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, because I know you weren't too hot about it because you saw the movie and you're like, it was not what I expected. Some of the child acting was bad. You're not. I don't think I've told you this, but to be honestly, it's my favorite movie of the year so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck. I thought I had a hot take. You came back at me with another hot take. Jesus Christ.
What was your hot take?
My hot take is that you know that I wasn't really a big fan of it. Like, it's just like it's because you said it's your favorite movie, and I don't want to like downplay it or
fuck
anything,
it.
but like
that's what
it's just like a lot of people came away from it saying like it was. I feel like there's just a lot of play on the movie saying like it's fucking like revolutionary, like, you know, we've had movies like this before.
It's not revolutionary by any means. It's just, I feel like...
Don't get me wrong. I like the movie. I give it an 8.5.
Right.
You know
I get you. No. I totally understand. I honestly, here's the thing. It's my favorite of the movie of the year, but I'm not going to give it more than a 9. I would say 8.8. I would probably give it around the same rating.
Yeah.
Wow, we actually really got quiet here. That's great for the podcast. Anyways. But...
midway. Like
I know. But I'll say this, man. The reason why I love that movie, and you know what's funny? I did not know that was John Krasinski, because I just started watching The Office. A lot of people are gonna crucify me for that. So when I saw him, I was like, that guy looks familiar. When I was watching The Office, I'm like, oh wait, that's the guy from A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
So I didn't go in. I didn't go in with the mindset thinking,
that's Jim from The Office.
Yeah, I wasn't like that. It's the opposite for me now.
Okay, that's
so
interesting.
I'm watching this and I'm like, wow, like The Office is just a prequel to like A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
I would just mess around like that, like all like. Pam dies or some shit, and like he gets to this one girl. And
did you know that that's his real wife from real life?
Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I didn't know that until like recently. Actually, to be perfectly honest, I know it's Juliet from Lost too.
Yeah.
No,
it's not Juliet from Lost.
Really?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't know the actress's name, but it's not her.
Never mind.
That's Emily Blunt. Like I would know if it was Emily Blunt.
Whoa. Okay, my bad.
And you know I'm like.
They look similar though. You can't.
The blonde and stuff like that, but. She changes her hair color frequently for films. So.
Right. But anyways, so speaking of Quiet Place 2, I'm interested in it, but I don't think it should have been made.
I mean, because it did extremely well, so naturally the studio is going to want to do a sequel.
But you have to admit, like, that movie ended perfectly.
Yeah, like it would have been a perfect standalone film. And that was going to be one of my hot takes too, that I don't need a Quiet Place 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to watch it, and like you said, because John's still involved.
Is there any movie that you've ever seen where you're like, I didn't need this, and then you got the sequel, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know I needed this? Because I don't think there's ever been a movie like that for me, personally. I think there was another movie that came... Han Solo. That was another movie where like, I don't think I need this, and then no one saw it, and then it was a failure at the box office.
So yeah, that's when Fuck no, I didn't need that one at all. But
It's cool to see.
there's one in particular that I remember like talking about it, or like whenever that would come, like this topic would come in mind, but I'm completely blanking. The Lord of the Rings. No, I'm just kidding. No, there was this one like part of the franchise. I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm so glad we got this because it's like way better than the first. But I'm totally blanking right now.
If you remember it, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll try to remember.
I just wanted to talk about A Quiet Place because I never told you that it was my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, what? Like, he came back at me with a. And now, like I'm saying, I don't want to take anything
Only
away from
because
you.
I feel like the filmmaking, especially for a directorial debut.
Yeah.
Forget the fucking best.
He directed some stuff, but I feel like this is bigger film.
It's his best work. I will say that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we can both agree
The
on
fact that
But
I was in the movies, not wanting to move my feet or anything, like I didn't want to make a noise, and then the whole audience was on board. So I think I saw it with a great audience. I'm so glad I did.
Me too. Actually,
You know what I'm saying? Because like normally you hear people like with their popcorn and shit.
Oh
But
shit!
Or you're like, oh shit, don't go there. So like, but this one was literally quiet, and like you can tell that people, because obviously the thing about the movie, you know what I'm saying?
It's an experience, and
It is a definite
The
experience.
audience, to be honest, that's what pushed it to a 9 for me when I saw it because
Yeah.
it felt like
Yeah.
an experience. And that's why what I think when people say, "Oh, this thing's revolutionary," I don't think they mean it, but I will say that it's one of the most unique movie experiences I've ever had.
Yeah,
and that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because of that one thing. I was gonna get to that. I'm
Yeah.
so glad you brought it up. That the audience, everyone I was with, quiet. So like to me, just that experience of like most of the movie being quiet and just like
And I was just like,
footsteps.
I wanted to
dude,
comment.
I was like, I got popcorn in that movie because I actually got it for free, and I was like, this was a mistake.
Yeah.
And every time something loud would happen,
You-
I would like shove it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Like, all right, this is the only time I could get it.
I get you.
But man, A Quiet Place was really good, man. I know you don't think it's not revolutionary.
Look,
I think people hyped it up for you. I think that's the problem. I didn't
Yeah.
go into it with any expectations. I just went into it with like, oh, that trailer looks really good, and I didn't know anything about the movie, and I saw it opening day,
Yeah.
and I was so happy. I was really happy that I saw that movie because, to be honest, like, but to be honest, it was like really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something about it was like a horror film, and I usually hate horror films, but I like horror films that take things in an emotional direction and that have really good characters that you actually care for. I hate horror films that it's us horror just to scare you. They're just trying to scare you. You know, I like the thing that's scared the kind of scared I like from horror films that is that you're scared because you don't want anything to happen to that person and you're worried about that person. That's what gets me with horror films. So naturally, that's why I like the A Quiet Place, because I felt like it did that very, very, very well.
Yeah.
And the fact that there's very little music too.
Oh man, in that birth scene.
That birth scene was really
Jesus.
fucking good, dude.
Yeah, you're
Right,
just
fuck.
like, fuck. Like, how the hell are they gonna give
Oscar
birth?
season is here almost. Actually, I can safely say it's coming up, right?
Yeah.
November, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna be shocked if something else takes its place. However,
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it has a slim chance of getting some recognition.
if it does not, I feel like it needs to get a Academy Award for at least Best Sound Design.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what I'm saying. Like technical stuff, probably it'll have that's where it will have its shot.
I think
Not saying the acting was shit. You know what I'm saying? But
I think isn't there an Academy Award for Best Director?
yeah.
I think that should at least be nominated. At this point.
That's what I'm saying. With the amount of stuff coming out that I know of, I know it's not gonna have John's not gonna have a chance because there's just too many heavy hitters coming out with new films.
Like who?
Chazelle, Damien Chazelle was First Man. Jonah Hill's probably
I
gonna get a
have to see that. That's what I wanted to see coming
Yeah.
up because I love Whiplash and I heard a lot of the lines.
Yeah,
Really
I can't. I'm gonna get home
because
and edit
Whiplash
my
is one of my
review for you.
top 10 favorite movies.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, thank you. Top 3 favorite movies of all time.
It's so well done, dude.
I think it's my second
it's one
favorite
of the-
movie.
I feel comfortable saying it's a modern classic. It's gonna be a classic for sure.
Oh, dude, for sure. And
But yeah, the guy who did 12 Years a Slave, goddamn, forget his name, but he's coming out with a new film. There's a lot of people coming out with films that are like, fuck, like they're probably gonna get nominated.
goddamn. I'm excited though.
Yeah.
I am. Oh man, I'm gonna move on to a different topic only because I did want to mention this in the podcast because we've been talking about movies, a little bit about personal life, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about like something that's happening in gaming for me personally.
Yeah.
And it's something I want you to experience because for the longest time I've been telling you to play Final Fantasy 15 and you haven't gotten to it, dude. I bought you the goddamn game.
I know.
I even waited until all the DLC was out, like the main DLC. The new ones coming out are additions to the stories. The ones that came out before were to complete the story.
Yeah.
And I feel like everything was like complete to a point where you can play it and enjoy it. It was because I don't want to get too far into it, but there's some parts of that story that it inspires me to create something else in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too into that, and I really want you to get onto it because I want to create that with you.
I'm gonna collaborate.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I recently played a game called Shadow of the Colossus. I played it when I was a lot younger. I didn't get that far. I got
PS2 one, right?
PS2. I got really far, never beat it. Got the PS4 one, finally beat it. And it was honestly like one of the most beautiful games I've ever played in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I'm daring to say it's probably like my second favorite game of all time.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh man.
And it's a 6-hour experience. You have no excuse not to finish it.
Yeah.
So that's why
So am I expecting that in the
I'm
mail?
gonna let you borrow it.
Damn it.
There's
I was like, I'm gonna be expecting that in the mail.
maybe
Is that why you wanted my address?
no. I
Just tell me,
have
tell
your
me.
I have your address already.
Well, how did you find it?
I kept you as a contact. I just added to a contact on iPhone
Son of a bitch.
and it stays on
You know
iCloud.
where I live? No, just kidding.
The fuck you.
No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, man. I really want you to play that game. So basically, I'm just gonna give you a gist of it.
Yeah.
First scene, that's it. And then from that, if you're not intrigued, I probably won't let you play. I'm gonna tell you, and you gotta be straight up.
Well, I've
honest with
seen
me.
my friend play the original.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna let you know story-wise, like the first scene. There's hardly any dialogue in the game. Only dialogue is with a demon. I'm not gonna name his name because that might spoil something. I don't think they mention his name, so like. But there's a demon. And you bring it's a body of a girl a guy. He's not named. He's just named the Wanderer. He doesn't have a name throughout the entire game. I think I forgot what the girl's name is. But he brings this girl to a shrine and he talks to the god. And the god's like, "What are you doing here?" Brings all these shadow creatures. The guy holds up a sword. The shadow creatures flee. And he's like, "Oh, you have that sword. Okay, so what are you here to do?" He's like, "I think I have an idea." And he's like, "Oh, this girl was sacrificed. I don't think it's fair, and she needs to come back alive." The demon tells him, "All right, we can do it. I can bring her back alive, but you gotta do me a favor. You have to kill these 16 Colossus that are guardians of the land. And once you do that, I will fulfill your wish. She'll come back alive."
Yeah.
The game starts. No dialogue for the rest of the game, no music. Throughout the entire game. It's like kind of like Breath of the Wild before Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Except there's no exploration. You just go for there's no bosses, no enemies on the land, nothing. All you do, the whole game is just boss fights. 16 boss fights, that's it. That's why it's so short. There's nothing, and you just travel there. So you travel to the first Colossus. You fight it. I'm giving you like a spoiler for like the first
pal.
outer.
Oh no,
first
that's
hour.
the last Guardian.
No, that's different.
I was like, what?
It might be a little bit different. I think but it is the same developer. So Last Guardian and
Isn't the Last Guardian the sequel? Like
they're not connected. Well, they're kind of connected, but not really. Like they're spiritual connecting points.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But each story is its own. You know. This is what I'll say. I don't want to tell you too much. I'll just say he goes to the Force Colossus and he encounters it, and you have to figure out how to beat it. However, I'm going to describe the game this way. Imagine a Studio Ghibli tale that's insanely dark. And that's what Shadow of the Colossus is to me.
Holy shit! So a Studio Ghibli film that you can play.
That's incredibly dark, and that has almost no dialogue, and that the story is told explicitly through gameplay, through facial reactions, and maybe through some small dialogue here and there. That's it. So, and this is another thing I'll say. I think this game is an example of why video games are like my favorite form of art.
Yeah.
It mixes the music very well. It mixes the gameplay with the story very well in a way that's like very rare that games do nowadays. It lets the player, with its interactions with the world, create its own story of like the backstory and all this stuff. It's a really beautiful game. I really want you to play it, so I'm gonna let you borrow it today.
I am shocked. I'm shook.
Why?
Because you said it might be your second favorite game the whole time.
It's really short. Like, you have no excuse not to finish it within like a week.
I was gonna let you know. Damn, there was something I wanted to ask you.
About what?
It was like related to this game, but I'm blanking.
Oh, by the way, are you still getting a Switch? By the way, like in the holiday season?
No.
Swear. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't, because of.
Yeah, that's why I'm not.
Okay, good. Damn. All right. Well,
I really want to though, because my God, the amount of games that I
will
want to
say
play.
this too. I'm not getting a Switch this holiday either.
That I want to play.
I'm not getting a Switch this holiday because I know they're gonna announce a new Switch next year.
Are they really?
Like an updated Switch Pro or some shit. So I'm gonna wait.
So it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty cool that we're waiting.
And
but for those who don't know, I have had a Switch. I had one, and my experience with it was amazing. And yeah, I still need to finish Breath of the Wild.
oh, dude, you never finished that game.
No, I know, but it was
It's
so
honestly,
far.
I will say this though, for for person playing Zelda for the first time, it's a great game, amazing game.
Yeah,
I will say gameplay wise, one of the best games I've ever personally played. Story wise, I was very, very disappointed.
yeah,
And especially compared to other Zelda games, very, very, very disappointed. They had so much potential with that story, and I kind of feel like they blew it.
yeah.
Really bad because there's like no meat.
Damn.
But
Hot take.
yeah, gameplay wise, going to the other Guardians wise, that's cool. Like the build up to the story is cool. But once you get past like the 4 Guardians,
I never got my horse back. No, I just kidding.
that sucks. Once you defeat the 4 Guardians, not as engaging.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Story wise.
Wow.
Story wise, I think it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Gameplay wise, I think it's like a 10 out of 10. 9.9. There's never anything perfect, but
Yeah.
it's as close to perfect as you can get for a Zelda game. I hope Zelda games in the future take this gameplay approach. They just really got up their game on the story because this one was really disappointing. I know it was a different team, different director and stuff, so that could be the problem. However, you know, it's still very disappointing compared to other Zelda games too. Like my favorite is personally Wind Waker, and I think if you ever play that game, you'll understand why I like that story so much. Because that one's not so much. Because if you play Breath of the Wild, so you know, like he comes out, he's like, oh, you're the hero, like you lost your memory.
Yeah.
In Wind Waker, he's just a kid.
Yeah.
And he's not even the hero. I don't even think he's a descendant or anything. I'm not completely sure. I don't want to believe he's a descendant. He's probably a descendant, but he has to earn his power.
You remind me of The Last Jedi.
No, nothing like that.
Well, yeah, because like he's not the. Oh, spoiler alert for The Last Jedi, because Rey's not. As far as we know,
but that's not
she's not connected to like a Skywalker or something.
But
she's like
the thing is, with the Wind Waker Link, I think he might be connected.
Oh, okay.
Like he
Well,
still might.
but
Like in every Zelda game, like there's always like, oh,
yeah, no, I get
you are Link the hero. You have to go on this quest.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess, you are Link the blood of the one from Ocarina of Time. You have to go on this quest.
Yeah.
But Wind Waker, they never mention it. They just kind of like slightly like, oh, maybe he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was really about like a kid, like even everyone tells him like, you're not the hero all the time, what are you doing here? Like
Yeah.
like, oh, this kid really, like, all right, like, but he proves himself, and that's why I love that Link and that character. And he never talks.
Yeah.
And I mean, none of the Links talk, but there's no that much dialogue with trying to explain, oh, like this is your past, this is your history, like. And I feel like Breath of the Wild did that way too much, like where it was trying to explain the past and it just did it in a very sloppy way. So, yeah, I don't know.
What anything else about the Switch?
Not much, to be honest.
I'm just kind of like bummed because I know Pokemon's coming out, Smash Brothers, bro. And there's already like there's just a bunch of freaking games for it now, and everybody was complaining. There's no games, okay, you know what I'm saying? But it just released, you know what I'm saying? And it released with something that could carry you on, you know what I'm saying? With like Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I know like there's the Super Mario Brothers or Wii for the Wii U or something just got released or something. You know,
A lot of
there's
ports got
lot.
released, but a lot of people complaining about that too. But my thing is, not a lot of people got a Wii U. So like to other people that never got a Wii U, like you, and I don't blame you for not getting one. That system was a great system, but like marketing was terrible for that system. But even though it had some great games, but
Yeah.
I will say this:
Like if you had
I
the
have
money,
no problem with the ports coming because not a lot of people played them, and they're really great games. I'm glad that people have the opportunity to play them. I only have a problem because it's like they don't put that much resources. Everyone's like, say, oh, they're putting all these resources towards these ports, though. It's like, not really. Like, maybe very minimal, but in reality, as long as they keep making new games, like they're making this Smash Brothers Ultimate, which looks really cool. It's still running on the engine that was on the Wii U, but it has all these extra characters. It's having a different mode. It looks awesome. Animal Crossing was announced. If you guys don't know why we're laughing, it's because my cat drinks its water very loudly. But so hopefully you don't hear that. But a lot of things are coming out for that Switch. I think Bayonetta 3 is coming out. There's Metro Prime 4 coming out. Like all these games that we've been wanting for a long time. Mario Odyssey came out too. New games actually already came out too, like Breath of the Wild. Well, that was also on the Wii, but I don't know. The only disappointing thing with the Switch is the Nintendo Online kind of shit. I think that kind of stuff sucks. I like how all the Final Fantasies are going on the Switch.
Yeah.
Except the FF15 Pocket Edition. That shit's whack.
Or that fishing one?
No. It was supposed to.
I think that's
no, it's like a chibi one. Like they look like little. They toned down the graphics a lot, and basically it's Final Fantasy 15 with no gameplay, just story, like here to here to here to here.
Yeah.
And they're like really shit like looking characters. They look like onion heads. And their mouths don't move when they talk. It's really stupid. It's like they tried to do this really simplistic design, but I don't think it works really at all for that kind of game. And it sucks, man. Like and it sucks that the Switch owners are getting that, but it's because Nintendo didn't make the Switch as powerful from launch, and I think that's why they're making the Switch Pro.
Yeah,
that's coming out, and that's the one I'm getting personally. That's the only reason why I've been delaying my Switch. I have like more than enough cash to just get it right now if I wanted to, but. And it's not like they're rare anymore. Yeah. But when they were out, it was so hard to get one out. It's like, all right, I can get one pretty easily. But I don't know. There's just something about like the Switch right now that's kind of like man, I want it, but I'm just waiting because I know they're gonna have a Switch Pro any moment.
And hopefully that Switch Pro supports being on Twitter and social media and all that stuff.
Dude, I don't think it's gonna do that shit. I don't think I want.
I
don't even think I want to deal with social media, dude. Like,
hey, we already waste too much time on it, huh? To have it on like everything and shit.
I'm so glad that Apple made that screen time thing.
I don't even want to look at it.
I limit myself. I put limits on Instagram and Twitter specifically. Yeah. If some of you guys know my Twitter and Instagram, I used to be pretty active. Now I'm not as active. Yeah. Which overall I think is a good thing. However, I do realize that I have been a little bit disconnected from certain peers. So I feel like maybe I just gotta manage my social media time more effectively. Because what I did was I lowered my social media time to 30 minutes each app. So only an hour a day of social media in total, which is actually still kind of a lot. But still, like, it's not as bad as it was before. However, I will say that the time I'm on social media, like 30 minutes I'm on Twitter, they could be way more effective. I feel like I should use that time to connect with my video game composer friends as much as possible. Like, hey, what are you doing? Let me hear this new track you did. Oh, do you want to listen to mine? Like, just do that. Like, because I love doing that. I love listening to their music. I always support them when I can, actually. Yeah. Because they do really good stuff. A lot of them.
Well, I can't really see that about my community. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. Anyways, but like they're always like I think it's because it's a music thing. It's like videos, it's like everyone's trying to do a trend. Music is like it's so personal. Like everyone puts their personal take on it. So when I feel like I should be using that time to talk with them but instead I'm honestly still spending my time scrolling through shit.
Yeah.
So now I'm learning to spend my social media time and trying to make it more meaningful. Because now I spend less time, but I'm not making it meaningful when I'm on it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Instagram, no idea how to do anything music wise on that, but I do like to. That's my social media. You know, that's that's me. You know, like this is what I do. This is on my daily life. That's my Instagram for me. I don't use Facebook for that anymore because Facebook.
Yeah, it's a
Facebook
the
is
reason,
something else now.
Yeah, the reason why we wanted to talk about social media, like you said earlier, we did have like a video on it, but it wasn't up to par to our quality standards. But we wanted to talk about it definitely here. Social media definitely has its pros and cons. I think it should definitely be looked at as something like tools to connect with people, especially like us that we have, communities and like you said, peers that we can connect with them, see what they're working on, and just communicate and kind of grow your community. You know what I'm saying?
When we were younger, I feel like that was social media though. Like all I did was look at what my friends were doing. I like now social media is about retweeting funny videos. And looking
That's
at
all what
memes.
Facebook is now.
And now, memes and funny videos. Actually, Twitter and Instagram is like that too.
Yeah, they're slowly becoming that.
And it sucks because that's not.
Because Twitter was more of a platform. The reason why I fell in love with Twitter because I feel like it was more of a platform to talk and to have discussions.
Engage with the audience.
Yeah, engage with the audience too. Now it's just like the reason why I've limited my time to, and I tried to because I found myself just scrolling and liking shit, when I could be using that time to something I really like. You know what I'm saying? I'm really passionate about.
I still struggle. Like, okay, I will. This is my biggest thing right now that I'm trying to avoid.
Yeah.
YouTube.
See, I don't really have a problem with YouTube.
That's my thing, man. I struggle. That's my one thing I struggle with. And I'm struggling with that right now. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. And I think it's just that there's so much shit I want to watch.
Yeah.
And it costs hours of my time. I could be so much more productive if I don't have YouTube. I think I'm going to get to a point where I might cut it off for a little bit, watching video-wise. And I'll just follow up with news on, like, social media for the 30 minutes I use it every day.
Yeah.
And maybe from what people tell me. Because, dude, it's getting to a very, very unhealthy point for me.
Oh, man.
I saw, ever since Apple put that thing, I spend, I'm not shitting you, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours a day on YouTube.
That's like a whole movie.
Plus my 30 minutes of Twitter and 30 minutes of Instagram.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of it is just in the background while I'm showering, while I'm driving. I think those are the times where it's acceptable to use YouTube. I should not use it when I'm home. I'm trying to work. And that's my biggest problem. I watch it way too much when I'm home. Just home.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to make the excuse to have it in the background while I'm working on stuff. I'm going to stop doing that. Especially after having this that's because it's 12 o'clock.
Oh, I was like 23 seconds.
If you guys don't know, he was trying to show me his screen time. He's like, what the fuck? Like, it's 23 minutes the whole day. You can check the day before, but I spend way too much time on YouTube. And I even did that thing. I'm not going to cheat myself. I connected the screen time on iPad and iPhone. So that way, like, if I spend 30 minutes on YouTube on my phone and then 30 minutes on my iPad, on screen time, it's going to show an hour. It's not going to show 30 minutes on each. So I'm limiting to myself to only an hour on YouTube a day now. And it sucks because a lot of my podcasts that I
Past
listen to...
7 days.
2 hours and 30 minutes... 2 hours, 30 minutes on YouTube, dude.
But I don't know how Instagram got to 5 hours. 5 hours. And then Safari...
I've never used Instagram
Safari, 4 hours. Messages, 4 hours. Well,
and it's getting... I don't know.
And media... Indeed, for 2 hours. If I show this to my job, like, well, why? What's happening? That shit. Fuckers.
Oh, man. So, I'm going to send this to your boss. I'm just kidding. No. No. But yeah, social media is something else now. It's something else. It's not even meaningful shit anymore. Like, you'll look at things and you'll see things from your friends that they're trying to post like they have this, like, good life, but they don't. And it's maybe just the good.
See, that's the thing, too. Like it's become that too, like, of people posting their shit, and it's like people, oh, hey, I'm going here this week, and oh, hey, like, but for me it's like, fuck, like, why not just experience it and not capture it on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people miss those
I
special
think my
moments
best
by
moments
recording
in life,
them. You
I
know
think
what I'm
my
saying?
best moments in life is when it's like I'm enjoying the moment in life so much that I forget about social
Exactly.
media.
Like those are the most special.
And I actually don't do that anymore. I'll probably post like, "Hey guys, look, this is what I'm working on."
Yeah.
That's about it. Or I'll post like an opinion I have, so I can like have a conversation with someone that wants to like refute that opinion.
Like my hot take on the Aladdin one. I got a lot of
Yeah.
reaction on that. But see, that's the thing. Like on Instagram and Twitter, I mainly just go to post my YouTube stuff, because all it is just fucking memes now. In Facebook, everybody just reshares, reblog stuff, and I kind of have no interest in. I don't care what the other people are doing, Like if you genuinely want to talk to me, then you'll DM me or something. Hey, how have you been and stuff like that, and
I feel you, dude. I think I'm the same way.
It started off good.
Sometimes I honestly deleted a lot of people. I was like, I don't talk to you.
Yeah.
I'll never talk to you again, and I don't care about the photos you post. I know that sounds harsh. It does.
But I'm pretty sure there's other people who thought the same shit about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like.
So at that point, I just take them off because I feel like I don't want to have that number. Like, I have this many followers. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I do have a good following though. I will say, and then most of the following I have now are meaningful follows. Like especially Twitter. Twitter is my place. Like Twitter.
Yeah.
In terms of I don't spend like I do have to focus, but the time I do spend like focusing on the good stuff about Twitter. For me, overall, Twitter is a good place. It's getting a little bit weird now with some of the for bigger celebrities and stuff, but for average Joe like me and someone that's just trying to connect with the community, it is really simple. Short replies, get to the point, kind of thing. When you engage with people on Twitter, that's when Twitter is at its best.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. Like
Instagram, I can't say the same. I think Instagram is cool to figure out like about your friends, what they're doing, catch up with them, comment on stuff like, hey, like that's really cool that you're doing that. Good job. But I find myself using Instagram less and less. I don't use Facebook at all anymore. I'll just go and change my profile picture. I deleted Snapchat. I don't have it. I still have my account. I mean, I just deleted the app on my phone.
Yeah.
So I don't.
Yeah, Snapchat for me is like the least. Like I don't. Like I'll probably put something. That's the thing too. It's like every now and then I'll post something, but other than that, it's kind of just like.
I just completely deleted it. I have no need for it.
Yeah.
I do feel like when you don't have stuff on social media, though, people are like, man, what's like going on with that guy? Did he die or something? Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's
so
like
weird. Like we have to constantly be connected, otherwise people don't like.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like imagine the people back then. Like now we have to constantly be connected, or people forget about us.
Yeah.
And back then, that wasn't the case.
You
know what I mean? That people just forgot about you, and that was just part of life.
Yeah.
And now we're at this weird point where like you always know those people from back in the day, but now you're seeing like, oh wow, like that's what they're doing now, okay?
Yeah.
But you don't care. Well, you care. Maybe you're like interested, like, oh, that's really cool. Now they're doing this. Sometimes it's like you're still doing that, like what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little weird, but I don't know. It's just I don't feel the need to use social media like I used to.
Yeah, there's definitely too like a lot of people I feel like are pressured to. Like a lot of people, like we've already seen this and heard about this. Like people become addicted to the likes. You know what I'm saying? So they have to post shit. They have to, like, oh, I have to get a lot of followers. Oh, I have to get this. I have to get that. And by doing that, they kind of live a fake life. They're just trying to impress people for what? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
It's okay.
No, I was literally gonna say something about. Oh yeah, because we started off pretty cool in social media because back then, like when I was in middle school,
it was literally
it was
about
cool.
posting. Like, this is what I'm doing today, and people comment, and then people message you. It was literally about messaging each other and keeping connected. Now it's not about that. Now it's about Facebook trying to make ad revenue on their fucking videos.
And that's the thing.
Twitter
the
trying to make ad
algorithms
revenue.
are
now,
fucked.
Yeah, and then social media should never have algorithms.
Yeah.
Ever. They should always. It should always be in order, in my opinion, because it's like
newest to oldest. Okay, cool. And that's the thing that I like. Instagram. It got to a point where like, okay, cool. This is new shit. I scrolled all the way down till I saw the oldest, the latest post. Okay, cool. That's when I know when to stop because that's
what I've caught up. Yeah,
I've caught up. And then now it's like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like I can't keep up.
I feel like the less people you have, this is what I've noticed, especially on Instagram. That's why you don't see me following that many people. The less people you have on Instagram, the easier it is to catch up. and the less time you spend on it. So that's why obviously if I look at my Instagram thing, I maybe spend like 5-10 minutes a day. And honestly,
that's the thing that I just saw right now. 5 hours. What the
a day
fuck
or
was
in
I?
the whole week?
The whole week.
Oh, that's still a lot though. That's like an hour a day for 5 days. Yeah.
That's still alarming because like for me, like that could have been.
Limit yourself. You can do it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think I am because, like I said, I think the thing we're trying to point across to is that like a lot of people complain to like, oh man, like I really want to do this. Why can't I get this done? Why can't I do this? Like you want to do assignments and stuff like that and your thing, but you find yourself in social media, like what are you doing there anyways? You're not really doing anything important. So it's like limit that so you can get the other things you want to do, kind of like time management, basically. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think we're big people in that. We're trying to be like that. Social media,
yeah, exactly. And I think people are starting to become aware of that. I see actually more and more people becoming aware of the amount of time they use social media and they're trying to cut down. But they realize that it is kind of like an addiction, though, because you've been doing it for so long. You've been doing it for years, just trying to like, you know.
Yeah.
And now I'm really trying to limit myself. So that's why I put
Me too, man. Like I think that's what
my thing with limit. I have no problem with social media anymore. Actually, my biggest problem for me personally is YouTube. I think for you it's the opposite. Yeah. You don't use YouTube that much, but your biggest problem is just looking through social media.
Yeah, and it sucks because a lot of times I catch myself like looking through it, but it's like I'm like, well, what else am I gonna do? But then like I should just be like, well, watch a movie. You know, like go do that. But it's like I don't know. I still need to work on that. You need to work on YouTube.
I might delete the app from my phone and just keep the YouTube Studio app, just to keep an eye and still comment if anyone comments.
Well, here's the thing, Mo. If you do that, how are you gonna watch the real talk?
Just send me your video. I'll watch
again,
it on
you
Safari.
guys can find me at the Real Talk with 2Ks.
Oh man.
But Mo, I don't know if you have anything else to say.
I actually think we should probably wrap up because we have shit to actually do.
Yeah, we do. But also, I mean, honestly, man, I had a lot of fun doing this.
Me too. A lot more than I thought.
But
I mean, I always thought it was gonna be fun. Just
me and Mo, we kind of tried to have some negotiations with some studios, and I'm not gonna be here for the second episode because they didn't want to meet my salary requirements. So I'm gonna be doing something else. Not just imagine
what?
Like, nah, I'm just
I was like, what were you even saying? I was so lost. Oh man. Well, thank you everybody for joining. I think I'm just gonna cut it off there. Yeah. I know it's a weird place to cut it off, but you know what, man? I really did have a good time with you. I can't wait to episode 2. It might be in a week or in 2 weeks from now, but definitely won't be more than bi-weekly. That's at least the goal I have for this channel. I don't know the name yet. We're doing this episode. Whatever name we come up with, you'll see it in the title. And then from the first time you see this episode, expect bi-weekly, at least bi-weekly.
Yeah, at least bi-weekly.
We're going to try to go for weekly.
And we're going to use this, obviously to work out some kinks and stuff like that to, provide better podcasts for you guys in the future as well.
We probably won't get that many views, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a great introduction.
Us watching our video and that's it. or podcast.
Maybe a couple people we send it to.
But Mo, to close this out, where can people find you online?
I'll have my links in the description, but I do have a music channel. It's just Monish Corona -music. And then I have a vlog channel, just Monish Corona. If you guys would like to follow me on the vlog channel, it's just kind of me talking about whatever I want. Obviously, I haven't been as on there lately just because of some personal events. As soon as that passes through, I'll be on weekly again, probably daily. That channel is really easy to make content for, and I really love making content for that channel. Yeah. Music channel, main source of income, I should say. I don't really make income. But my main channel, I would like to say, is my music channel, which I have a much bigger following on. It's just Monish Corona -music. I'll leave the link in the description. Yeah. If you guys like video game music, I actually did recently an Arctic Monkeys covers. If you guys would like to do that,
I loved.
Thanks. I'm gonna do something else you'll love soon. Actually, I already have it ready. I just gotta perform it. I'll give you a hint. It's Linkin Park.
Son of a bitch. I swear to God, if you do what I think, I'm going to fucking kill you. Anyways. Was that it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's it. I have a vlog and music channel, and you guys can find me on SoundCloud and stuff. If you guys like that kind of music, I'll leave the links there as well. I have a website too. That's it. Anyways,
Yeah.
what about you, John?
For me, you guys can find me on YouTube at The Real Talk. I should be the first one to pop up, where I talk with my co-hosts of all things movies and stuff like that. Like I said, we have a podcast. We have a lot of reviews coming up soon that I haven't told Mo about. But yeah, we're going to start making a lot more content for you guys. And you guys can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at The Real Talk, talk with 2Ks. And yeah, you guys can also follow me on YouTube.
YouTube what?
And I don't know. We're gonna name. We still need a name for this channel.
Yeah,
But,
we do.
Yeah.
Whatever
But yeah,
name
if
we
you guys
come
want-
up with, we'll let you know.
All those things are gonna be in the description down below. And then of course, guys, we'll see you and talk to you guys next week.
All right. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Peace.